What's going on, guys? And welcome back to yet another episode of Stories of the Studio. I'm your host, Danny Giraffa, and today I have the honor of being able to sit down with the band that goes certifiably insane. And that is the one and only FloodPlane.
Hey,
dude. What's up, guys?
Good to see everybody. Good to be on
dude.
here. Welcome.
Howdy doodly.
Dude, I am absolutely super duper excited to be able to sit down with these guys. They are such a riot, man. They are so fun. We were talking for about an hour before we even started on the podcast, so it's going to be a really good episode, guys. But before we have them introduce themselves and, get into their story, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to sit back, relax, and get ready to dive on in as we get ready to unfold yet another story of the studio. FloodPlane, my friends, how are you guys doing?
Fat and sassy like always.
Doing fantastic. Couldn't be happier, man.
Yeah, we're super excited for today.
Dude, I am like ecstatic actually, dude. Dude, I was yeah, man. You guys were the last band that I had to see that I had the chance to see play at Battle of the Bands, which we will be getting up next to and talking about, because these guys were the winner of Battle of the Bands, man. So, I went out there, and I think, actually, I've seen you play beforehand. You guys used to play at Beer Geeks, too, no?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it was Beer Geeks, and then didn't it turn to B-Side?
Yeah, it turned to B-Side Lounge. Yeah, we played the open mic
over.
there.
They closed down, but they just kept trying to reopen, and then I don't know what happened. They just kept losing business or something. They shut down.
Yeah, it kind of sucked, because, we like going to open mic, especially before Dane came along. We were a two-piece for a little bit. Yeah. And when we'd write a new song, how else to find out if the song's good than to go to open mic and test it out? Seriously. So that's how we test out all of our originals. We got good, backlash, and hey, we wrote something good, You get to catchy and get stuck in your head, then I did something right. That's all I go for. I won't write a song that gets stuck in your head that you can't stop thinking about.
I'm saying. Dude, so sick, actually, man.
It's better to burn out than it is to fade away.
It is. Oh, I love that. I dig it, man. Dude, I feel like we just hopped right into it. I'm so sorry. We didn't even get the chance for you guys to introduce yourselves. Dane, I know you were here last time, man.
Back for round two. I'm the bassist of this band as well.
I'm Gunnar Breitweiser. I'm the singer and guitar player.
And I'm Nolan Huzar. I'm the drummer / singer. And
old drum roll and Nolan.
Backup vocals and sing my own songs, so
dude,
it's nice that we can both kind of contribute to that.
Yeah, we both sing as well. He's got a couple songs that he wrote that he just sings lead for, and I sing pretty much most of them, and his I sing backup. Dude. We all try to harmonize. I've been trying to force him to sing backup too.
I'm getting there.
You're getting there.
That's all right. Hey, you got Limp Bizkit down though, brother.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. He did it all for the nookie.
Too good, man.
Yeah, if we need someone, we're getting you up in there, Dane.
Yeah, right. You're next.
Dude, before we go any further, I have a really important little thing that I want to mention, actually, guys. I have a present for you.
Oh, really?
Oh, Lord.
Oh, yeah?
Uh-oh.
Dane, specifically for you, brun.
Oh, God.
Oh, is it? He's got the
muffins. My God! Oh, my
God. I'm so sorry, dude.
Let's go. Again, round two. Round two.
Okay.
I got to do what I did last time. I'm not sure if it ever came out in the final cut of that last podcast, but every time that I ate a muffin during the podcast, I just stared straight into that camera and just went...
Yeah, to hit him with the mute.
One piece at a time. Inhaled. Inhale.
Take my time with these.
Doing it again.
I'm saying, man, don't worry. We have more just in case.
No one's going to understand a word I'm saying this whole podcast.
Incredible.
What was that?
Huh?
What'd you say?
Dude. But, I'm so sorry, guys. Before, kind of reeling back into to the actual podcast, man. So Gunnar, you and Nolan have known each other for a while now?
What, 2021?
Yeah, 2021.
I think just about, yeah. I was playing as an acoustic dude with this bass player I was working with a little bit, and I've barely been playing guitar for like a year and a half, maybe 2 years.
Yeah.
And he saw me at some car show, and after we played our set, he's like, man, you guys are pretty good. Do you guys need a drummer? We're like, yes, please, God, we need a drummer so bad.
I can't ever forget that, because I was just helping a buddy at a car show. I've known him since high school. We've been buddies since I can't remember. And he was like, hey, man, you got to help me do like a car show. I know this old man, his name is Mike Vett. And he happened to be best friends with his uncle and all these connections. So I happened to be there parking cars, and then I saw this goofy goober just sitting there doing his thing. He was just up there playing, singing all these songs that everybody knows. You know, he had like one maybe
original.
two originals.
Yeah, I think like one original at the time.
Yeah, but then he had the old bass player too. His name was Luke Pena, and he used to do this Johnny Cash bit where he would literally sound like Johnny Cash and play like an acoustic.
And we'd switch. I'd play bass and he'd play acoustic.
He just sounded amazing up there. I was like, man, I really want to talk to these guys because it was just them two. They had no drummer. So went up to him. I just, I was like, why not? And I'm just gonna say what's up. And he just happened to be the friendliest guy I've ever talked to. He was like really welcoming. He wanted me to play because he just didn't have a drummer. He was looking for somebody to get up there.
Yeah, we had this
like,
one
I'm down. Like, I've been looking for somebody too, So it just happened to be fate. Everything just kind of melded together like that.
Yeah, right place, right time.
It was like, ever since then, we've just been playing like that, so.
Yeah, and then we lost our old bass player. Like, we probably jammed for, like, I don't know, 3 months, and then he just went and did his own thing, But we just local H'd it, or White Stripe. We played as a two-piece for a long time. And
about, like, almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years.
Pretty much.
We go to open mic, write songs, go to open mics, test it out, and then, we probably got 6, 7 originals deep. Recorded EP when we found this lead guitar player, but he was doing good, but it made everything sound so 80s sounding. Like, if you've heard our EP, that we have out on all streaming platforms, it's very
little
80s.
plug there.
Little plug there. It is very 80s sounding, but, all those songs we will be, re-recording. Now it's me playing lead guitar and singing. It's all pretty much the same, but a little bit more on the heavier side, now that we found the sound we want.
Yeah, we just kept working on our sound, trying to get what we want, trying to find the right studio, trying to get, with that same feel that we're trying to do live.
Yeah.
And then we were playing at some open mic at Verona Pizza.
Yeah, I can tell this story.
Yeah,
'Cause
you can tell this.
I knew of you guys prior to seeing you as a Verona. I found your Instagram account just through following other bands. It was actually when I set up the Scoria Instagram where I found you guys. And I was like, who are these idiots? So I clicked on the page. I'm like, wow, they actually look pretty solid and well put together. And I just saw the two of you, and I was like, oh, all right. And then that was the end of it. I didn't know how big you guys were. I didn't know anything about where you guys were playing or what the deal was. And then I think it was Paul Henry's where that was upcoming or whatever, and I heard that you guys were going to be playing there. It was actually via Nick. That Nick Sakira is a Fly singer. Fly eventually probably will come on here if they want to.
I just did an episode with them right before you guys got here.
Yeah, that's right. We talked about that.
All right, well then, there you go. But anyway, he told me about you guys. He said you guys didn't have a bass player, and I was going to Verona Pizza with the guys from Fly, and they were playing that night. So I showed up, and right after Fly played, you guys went on, and one song in particular, but overall, I was just super impressed, and I was like, you guys need a bass player.
That's all
I'm willing to fill in.
That song's so good. What was it? Something About Mary, Come My Way.
That was the one.
Song's got 2 names. Something About Mary, Come My Way. That's one we played at the Battle of Bands. It looks like, that song was great. He's like, it's so catchy. That's a hit song. I love that one. He's like, you guys want a bass player? We're like, yeah, actually, we've been looking for someone.
We were dying for one because we were missing that low end, and when you can't feel it, you know something's kind of missing.
And I was this close to building a local H guitar because I had one bass I was going to cut the pickup and build like a Frankenstein guitar, and add another input so I can play bass and guitar at the same time.
That's so sick, dude. That would have been insane.
Yeah, because
actually,
when I hit all my low notes, it's going to be playing all the bass notes.
Dude.
That's how Local H does it.
Damn, too bad I showed up.
I know, right?
You could have had a cool gimmick, and now you just have me sitting around.
Oh, man.
You're welcome.
You're part of the band now. You know that,
I know,
right?
you add the
You're
sound.
Stuck.
That's too sweet, actually, little guys. And that I think that's because it's kind of tough. Like, I have to give you guys mad props because, I feel like that's one of the things that's kind of hard is when the less members that you have, the more it's hard to you really gotta amp up performance and stuff and like shock people. But you guys are doing this all as a 3-piece and you're still rocking out, dude. So
That's the thing. You want to look interesting on stage.
Yeah.
When you see a band, what's more interesting? You want a band that sits there and does this and sound really good, or a band that sounds good and they're just jumping all over the stage and moving around and interacting with the crowd,
Exactly.
That's the whole point of music, man. You got to feel it.
You do.
You gotta show, that's like all the emotion behind it. You're kind of releasing that when you play. So.
Oh, for sure, man. Dude, which actually at the Battle of the Bands, too, well, first off, congratulations for winning, dude.
Thank
That
you.
is so sick, actually, man.
Thanks.
And it was so cool because you guys had, kind of going into the whole gimmick thing, you guys were wearing like different hats, and I think you were in like overalls and stuff too, right?
Overalls,
spicy
my,
overalls.
My great grandpa's hat, because I always wear that ever since he passed away. I was like, I'll just take this, as a souvenir and memorial to him. I always wear that whenever I play.
Well, I always had this fit. Like before he had the overalls, I always had the top hat that I'd wear every single show. A family friend of mine, her name's Monica. She has one hand, and every so often we'd go over there and we'd play guitar. I'd play guitar with her old man Heavy D, and he'd teach me songs and stuff. And she's like, I'd keep wearing this hat when we'd be drinking and having fun, just writing songs. She'd be like, here, I'll let you have the hat if you wear it every show. So after that, I wore it every single time I play.
Yeah, Floodplane's theming is very quickly becoming jeans and funny hats from overalls and a farmer hat.
Matching Floodplane jean jackets and...
I'm working on my eventual outfit. I'm developing something.
You'll find it. It takes a while. One day
I had the Jester hat for Battle of the Bands, but I'm thinking about getting a leather black cowboy hat because I always wear black.
So that would look awesome.
Right there. Dude, you gotta get like the jean jacket hat, dude. Jean jacket top hat, bro.
Oh my god, yes.
We'll take it, man. We'll take it.
I'd love to see it.
But I remember you were mentioning the Battle of the Bands earlier.
Yes, dude. Well, first off, guys, go ahead and how was it, like being there and being able to play in front of that crowd and just being able to experience that, man. What was your mentality?
It was beautiful for us. We've always wanted, like, especially me and Nolan, even Dane wanted to play something big like that. It's not even the fact of winning or competing in it. We just wanted to play there. Yeah. When I heard that we get the opportunity to play there, it was just like, who cares about the prize? I just want to play there.
We said the same thing on the Thorn show. All 4 bands were all great friends. There was really no competition. It was for charity,
Yeah, exactly.
We're just glad people came out. We got people to donate, and
we're happy to play all of our originals or some of them.
Yeah. Especially newer bands like Lola Bunny, they were brand new. They had never really played anywhere before, so seeing them able to get out there and get out of their comfort zone was really inspiring too.
Right? Shout out to them for only being together, a month?
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
And they're young kids, that's shout out to them.
To see, young kids out there really playing like that.
I was in like 3 different bands before Floodplane became a thing, All it takes is sticking together, I remember us having one original and barely having an hour and it being the most awful hour we've played in our freaking lives.
Had many of those nights before. We'll
Vietnam flashbacks. They're in the trees.
No, actually, I know all too well. Actually,
those awful shows.
But no, I definitely love that you brought up the whole Lola Bunny thing too, dude. Because now that was our first show too.
Exactly. That's like when they told me that, I was like,
huh?
I was jamming onto them.
Dude, they're getting it.
Had a cup of cheese, had a cup of Joe.
Had a cup of cheese, had a cup of Joe.
But this is something that I was talking to Dane and Thorne about too, man. Is that it's a beautiful thing that it's not about competition. You guys all you're all like good friends and stuff, but you got out there and you did something for a good cause too.
It's not about competing. It's about playing for the crowd. We're there just to impress the crowd, not the judges.
Definitely, man. But the sick thing too, man, is that you guys were very generous too, because the prize was studio time actually.
Yeah.
And you guys donated it to one of the bands that was there, dude.
Yeah, I mean, out of all the bands, and we kind of all talked about it amongst the bands. We all agreed that Departure definitely deserved it out of all of us, Even though they placed 4th, they still deserved it. We like them.
They placed 3rd.
Or 3rd, third, my bad. Yeah. But they still deserved it, for the originality and everything. Like, that's cool. Like, especially us being an all-original band, that we respect that. I like heavy music.
Props to them.
And, we already had a bunch of studio time booked. Yeah. We had 60 hours booked,
Spot Studio's great.
He's an excellent studio. But, we want to give it to someone that deserves it.
Definitely, man. Dude, kudos to you guys, man. Kudos.
Couldn't have said it better myself, man. But extra love to them. They really put in their all too.
And everyone played their heart out, and they deserved it.
We all kind of
especially screaming like that and playing guitar. I do it a little bit, but not as much as that.
Oh, seriously. And I did an episode with Departure too, man, and I had the chance to like jam out with them. Well, not me personally, but I filmed them like jamming and stuff. They shred out there, dude.
Oh yeah, they do. Dude. They're really good.
Oh yes, they're all excellent guitar players.
Dude, but all you guys
stealing my muffins, bro?
I already ate mine and Gunner's.
Oh,
He didn't even notice.
Wow.
Sly,
Just let
dude,
it
sly. Oh,
Oh, you know I'm gonna strike it back later.
I'm gonna have a heart attack on the podcast.
you're gonna get diabetes.
Runs in my family.
no.
Diabetes.
Diabetes. Oh no. Man. But kind of going back into you guys and your music, dude. First off, you guys rock heavily.
Oh, thank you.
You were incredible as a unit, man. But what would you say, like, these days, your like genre and your style kind of leans towards?
Definitely hard rock. Hard rock, a little bit of
Hard
punk.
rock, like
mixed in there.
slash punk. You know, we got like a mixture of that going on right now. And,
Yeah.
I like the way we're doing it. We have a lot of melodic vocals.
Yeah,
and a
definitely
lot
more
of-
towards the
there's a lot of
melodic, catchy
screams,
side.
Yes.
But then we have a lot of like more catchier stuff. Like
You know,
that.
like Be Your
Like
Friend,
Be
you
Your
know,
Friend
something
and-
more for everyone, you know, of all ages. You know, we got a punk song about why dating websites are a bad idea, you know. just somewhat goofy stuff, real life stuff that happens to people. You know, all of our songs are true stories.
Yeah.
You know, like we go from being happy and jumpy and all excited to like scream in your face with the angry song, just how we feel, you know, or how we're feeling at the time when we wrote the song.
Definitely.
Pretty much.
A lot of it comes down to, I mean, we're a lot more vocal heavy than like
Riff or
riff heavy. Yeah, it's not like we're playing shreddy guitar solos and.
no, we're just trying to catch your attention, get something catchy to get stuck in your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
But also something that comes from the heart too. you know?
Exactly.
That's what I try to write. And
That's the hardest part, is staying catchy and coming from the heart.
I know. The balance, dude. So would you guys say then that, like, lyrically and musically, that's what's kind of important to you, is like your experiences and the things you're going
Yes.
through?
Oh, yes. You know,
Absolutely.
if it happened to us, and it's had to happen to someone else, so they got to relate, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
I want to be able to, express what has happened to
Yeah,
us and what's
exactly.
happened to me, and experiences that we've all had in our lives. And I feel like people can relate, like you said, and that's all it's all about. I think people, when they really connect like that, it like builds a foundation of trust, and people can really see that when you tell that through your music, through your stories, through stuff like that. And
Be able to see it through their eyes, you know? Like, see how we feel. Like, they probably went through the same exact thing, like we said.
Definitely.
you build a connection.
You know, like that first song we played at the Battle Band, something about Mary. You know, it's a real happy, pretty song, catchy. It's about loving someone, wanting them to come your way. But it's a sad story about getting my heart broke, like straight up
On his
heartbroken.
birthday.
Oh yeah, on my 21st birthday. Oh god, yeah, that's what that song's about. Get my heart broke on my 21st birthday. But it's a beautiful story about staying there. Hopefully, if you wait for them, they'll come back to you. They'll come your way.
Yeah.
That's a real pretty, catchy song.
But then we have other.
Or like what we had, the
have
other
just,
song we
Other
played.
songs like My Name are more like just about dating girls on. Like,
Or not even dating,
on
meeting
websites.
on a dating website.
Yeah.
Like through my bad experience, I met someone. We were a thing, I say, for a month. Stuff happened. Then she just stopped talking to me. I was like, okay, whatever. And I bumped into her. I'm like, hey, how's it going? What's up, man? She's like, who are you? I went, excuse me? Yeah. And then, like, I had this catchy riff, and I told her, I was like, what the H, man? Well, that was
What the
weird.
H?
Yeah, like, what the hell? That's weird. And then we went to an open mic, and I saw her. She's like, hey, Gunnar, how you doing? How you been? I'm like, oh, excuse me? No, you said call me weird. And who are you? And what's my name? And, like, what the hell? Get out of here. And then I started writing that riff, she don't even remember my first name, and they trashed me completely freaking insane, It drove me nuts. We spent a week between seats, still don't remember my first name. Like, how you forget my name? And then, like, a couple
Beats
weeks
me.
later, we finished the song, and then we went and played it, and she was there. And I
Yeah,
played
she
it for
saw
her.
us play it.
Oh, yeah. Worth it. Worth it. Well, just something bad. I was so distraught. I was hurt by that.
Yeah.
I was emotional and sad and crying, but I wrote a happy, giddy song.
Oh no! But that's actually kind of sick, dude. She like takes her.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Who are you? You're weird. What? I'm
No
weird.
sense.
Oh man. So just kind of running off like the musical creation process. When you guys are starting to make a song, do you feel like you kind of focus more so on the riffs and everything beforehand, or is it more so like lyrically, or does it kind of switch sometimes?
It's kind of switched sometimes. I mean, no one will have, like, for the songs that he wrote, or he'll have like a riff that'll be like kind of saying in his head of like, all right, I kind of got an idea, and I'll go in my room and write my own thing on it, or I'll just have a riff in my head. I just can't stop playing over and over and
Yeah,
over
it's
and
gotta
over
be
and over and
mixed.
over again. And then I'll show up like, I got a song. And then Nolan will be like, this sucks. Try this. And then we'll go back and forth. Like, all right, now we got a song. Yeah. You know, it's a big mixture. And even when I get a new song, I'm like, hey, Dane, check this out after I show it to Nolan.
Yeah. With the newer songs, I just write my own stuff. But with the older songs before I came here, it was a process of kind of putting new light on the bass parts, because a lot of them already had recorded bass parts from the EP, and as well as the ones that you guys were working on right before I joined.
It was both of us playing bass then. It was just me and Nolan playing bass on the album mostly.
So a lot with those older songs, it was kind of a matter of listening to what you guys did back then, and then also making something that's a little more interesting and a little more unique, especially with like
fixing how sloppy it was.
especially with like Fine. I changed the bass parts significantly in that song.
Yeah, our progressive metal song, that harder rock song.
Amanda's song.
Yeah, his punk rock song that he wrote, and he played all the bass for that. But then the other two, or actually the rest of the songs I played bass for.
Yeah, man. That's sick.
And then he showed up and fixed what garbage I played.
We did this. Are we gonna release them as 3 singles, or is it just kind of 1 single with 3 tracks?
See, that's what we've been kind of talking about. Maybe we'll probably do 1 single and then release 2 and another single, or release it all at once.
We have 3 songs that are done being recorded that just need to be mixed and mastered, and I went in and re-recorded all the bass tracks for that recently.
Yeah,
but
thank goodness you were there.
Thank God.
Yeah, we needed that like right there.
That's the next thing that'll probably be released. Probably skipped a question or 2 there, but yeah, that's our next process.
That's the next process, getting it released pretty soon. Hopefully by fall or coming into the winter. Just to have something to show, you know.
Absolutely.
Or tease our full-length album, I should say.
Yeah, it's just a matter of waiting. It's time, money.
Definitely. But, these things, like, it's good because you don't want to rush these things either, man.
Oh, no, not at all. You really want to take your time, because especially if there's something that you don't like in there, and you hear it later, and it's like, oh gosh, now I let that slide, and it sounds bad. Now it's too late now. Now I gotta live with it. That's how I felt about the EP. Oh no, now I'm playing lead guitar. Now I gotta re-record everything. Yay!
But it's okay.
It'll work out.
Woohoo! Because no, seriously. Well, no, you guys have it though, man. So it's definitely not a thing where it's like the stuff that you do is incredible, and the work shows, the hard work shows in it, guys. So you guys are gonna get that studio time. You're gonna get everything recorded, and I'm so excited to see what you guys got going, man. Because if it's anything to base off of the live performance, you guys are gonna be set.
Definitely.
That's one thing.
It sounds just like it.
Stage presence is everything for us, man.
It is, man.
It's one thing to sound good on stage, but you also gotta look good on stage.
You do, man. How does it feel to be able to go out and perform in front of people?
Oh, it feels amazing.
It's addicting. It's definitely like a drug. I can't get enough of it.
Bunch of attention.
I'm hardcore addicted to playing on stage.
You feel goosebumps.
I want to play as much as I want.
That's like the best way to describe it. Is when you feel goosebumps listening to like your favorite song. You got like that jammer song you put on, you get those goosebumps. Like that's how I feel when I play drums.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. When you discover your favorite song,
and then you're like, you're just playing how you feel.
Yeah.
Sometimes you cry, sometimes you're all angry, sometimes you're really happy. You're like, yeah.
And you feel it when you play, man.
Yeah.
The whole thing is, putting your emotion in how you play.
Emotional roller coaster, dude.
It definitely, it is a big emotional roller coaster, hands down.
Because, that's always been a big part of our lives, or at least mine. It's
all
just
of ours, I'd say.
Music.
Yeah.
It's always been there, ever since I was born. Definitely. I think I was listening to music before I was even born, just in the womb, just... What is that?
You're right.
I can't wait.
You're right. Dude. Kicking on the inside of the walls.
Oh no, seriously. Using the umbilical cord.
Yeah, right, literally.
Oh, he's kicking. I'm like, no, I'm not.
No, I'm not. I'm tapping.
Oh no, man.
What is it?
Damn, brother. I wanted to ask you, man. Do you feel like obviously you're in a few different bands yourself, man. Do you feel like there's a little bit of a different experience, playing with FloodPlane?
1000%. 1000%. Especially because, like, contrasting to Thorn, Thorn is a lot more, like, cover heavy, whereas we tend to be a lot more original heavy. And I do like playing with both bands, and I enjoy, I'm friends with everyone, everything's great, but it's an entirely different feeling, especially going from honestly, as a bass player, it's a huge difference playing in a band where you have 2 guitarists versus having 1 guitarist. And I feel like people do not talk about it enough. One of the biggest struggles with playing with 2 guitars is the tones have to be complementary, because if they contradict, then everything sounds muddy and awful, and it just does not cut through clearly.
Then you're fighting with each other.
If you have a dedicated rhythm guitarist that's going to be locked with the bassist, you're a lot less not important, but a lot less free to do as you please. You're a lot more locked in with that rhythm guitarist. Whereas in a band like FloodPlane, I can just do whatever I want, basically, and
he's gonna keep the rhythm.
Yeah, like especially playing as,
and then you got me back there doing the keeping the rhythm too.
So it's a huge
you get more
difference.
freedom with writing. You can do, you get do what you want on the bass
Significantly
parts.
different, especially playing covers to originals as well. It's just an entirely different experience.
Especially when we play covers, because we like to do it our own way. We don't like to play it traditionally. We want our covers to sound like FloodPlane, not like, for example, Local H or.
Yeah.
I'd say I almost
Yeah.
prefer the original stuff, but largely that's because of the playing covers has an expectation of you have to do it justice. If you don't do a cover justice, you're not gonna get anywhere.
Yeah.
And you can't mess up your own original. I mean, you could. But,
you could. Yeah, if you could, no one's going to know because it's an original.
But there's no
good.
expectation of what it's supposed to sound like. You are the expectation. So there's a lot less pressure there. But yeah, it's an entirely different experience.
Definitely, man. And then, it kind of falls back to what I was mentioning a little bit earlier, too, where it's like, as a 3-piece, it can be crazy because it focuses a lot more and like relies a lot heavily on how you guys interact and, like, how you're complementary to each other.
Just us being a 3-piece, we got to make up for the sound because we got 3 people. You add a keyboard player, another guitar player, now you're just filling in noise.
Yeah.
Look at bands like Norma Jean, they got 3 guitar players and then a bass player and the drummer,
Yeah,
or like Leonard
they got a
Skinner,
lot
they got a
going
20-piece band.
Overdrive pedal is my best friend for filling in that background space whenever you're doing lead
Going
stuff.
full Pantera, just add the overdrive pedal.
Whenever you're doing leads, I just have to fill in that background noise better.
While I do my sloppy leads.
Beautiful, beautiful. Everything, man. Everything you guys do is incredible, man. All right, though, guys. So,
Appreciate it, man.
oh, anytime, brother. Anytime, man. We're going to hop into a section where we're going to put the story in Stories of the Studio. I wanted to ask you guys if you have any fun, like, memories or, like, funny stories that they've experienced throughout the years, just playing together and just, I know we were talking about a few before.
Gosh.
Ooh.
Pick some.
Oh, gosh. I got to pull something out. That's crazy because we had played a bunch of crazy shows where it's just us
two. We
two.
played at Ashbury. We played
This Ashbury Coffee House was kind of crazy because that one was in the middle of BFE, Illinois, in the burbs, and it was just me, Nolan, and this kid we had playing lead guitar at the time, and it'd be this tiny coffee house, and you'd go upstairs down this rickety ass staircase. And then you have the stage set up, and then it'll just be a bunch of emo kids packed in there.
Yeah,
and you got us sounding like
sweating nuts.
It was so hot.
It was so hot in there, you couldn't even play. And it would just be packed with all these kids.
Oh god, it was so stinky, but it was a fun show. But it's just smelly emo kids.
Yeah, I think from my time in the band, you gotta bring up Green Jelly. That was a pretty.
Oh gosh, when we opened up for Green Jelly, so when we get there, we're like expecting to be a bigger venue. No, it's a bar in BFE, Wisconsin. And then we show up and we're just BSing with Green Jelly a little bit and the other 2 bands, and we get up and then this band called
Dead Amsterdam.
Dead Amsterdam, yeah. They walked up to us and they said, "So, since you guys aren't from here, do you want to go first, or do you want us to go second, or do you want us you want to take the second spot still?" And we're like, since we're not from here, we'll let you guys have it. And we get on, and we played our set, and it seemed like it packed really, really quick.
Yeah,
like everyone
really
really loved our set. And then they came on, they sounded like Dad Rock, and it was meh. Like they kind of sounded like creative Nickelback.
I really liked them, especially their equipment.
They're cool, but
ass.
I don't know. I wasn't mad about it.
The heavy.
They're cool though.
I
They're
just
really
like the
cool
equipment
people.
they had. But yeah, no, Green Jelly was crazy because that was
they packed the whole
I don't know
room.
what I was expecting from them, but they I mean, I think they got some kind of Guinness World Record for the most members in a band throughout time, and they just constantly swap out, and they have all this like puppet stuff and all these inflatables and all these crazy lights.
No, they got the world record for the amount of inflatables they can fit in a tiny space, because this thing was literally, I'd say 6 feet.
We'd be sitting there, I'd be sitting there drinking a beer, and we'd be looking at them. They play a song, and then all of a sudden, another
giant pop up here, like 20 pop-ups in this tiny little space. They're trying to set it all up. It's falling over. They're like, oh no! But then they finally get it up, and they're all praying.
And they just keep pushing. They're fighting the inflatables, and they had over 100 people in a room this big.
Yeah,
this is how big the show is. This big. That's how big the place was.
It's about. And they had it set up in like this corner right here. Is how it was.
And they had us, and they had like 8 people on stage with them.
That place was packed.
Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it, but oh my god! And the weird part was though, is after they finished their set, there's people going Flood playing, and me and Dane and Nolan were just like, we forgot our merch. We're like, oh no, they're looking at us.
Oh yeah, they forgot the CDs and the T-shirts weren't ready in time for that show, so we had absolutely nothing to sell.
Yeah, and everyone had other stuff to sell, so we're sitting there like, hi guys, check out our Spotify.
Check out our merch. We'll get it soon,
the people who were hosting that venue were really nice though. I forgot her name.
Lola.
Yeah,
Miss Lola.
she was really nice.
She is the coolest lady ever at the Hangout. If you ever go to Wisconsin or don't know if to go to a bar, go see
Sparta,
Lola.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, go to the Hangout at Lola's bar. That girl is cool.
Oh yeah, real cool. Yeah,
so
always gonna be a pleasure playing out there.
Oh yeah, I would drive the 4 hours again to go play there again.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome, actually, guys. Speaking of which, you guys have any shows coming up?
We do.
We do. We have a private party coming up in August, and it's cancer benefit. It's at
I don't think it's a private one, is it?
Not really. No, anyone can come.
The
but
more people that come,
the more people that come, the better. Yes, and it is a charity event. So all of you guys, please come out. It's at the American Legion in Cedar Lake. You know, we post it on all of our streaming platforms. You know, on Instagram, Facebook, all the lovely stuff where you can find us.
Perfect, man. Which,
Oh yeah, and we'll have merch, more merch to sell by then. So that'll be even more interesting.
too good.
We're gonna be playing 3-hour set roughly.
Yeah, there's also a show coming up back in Hammond, Paul Henry's Art Gallery. We had some issues with the date on that, right?
Yeah, for the 20th.
But we're trying to figure out a date to reschedule with that. Yeah. Because Thorn and FloodPlane will be playing there, and I have a show that day to go to. So we're trying to figure out.
So
we're trying to figure out a new date for that sometime in July.
Yeah.
We'll be posting it as soon as we find out which day it's going to be. But sometime in July.
So soon enough. Soon enough.
Hopefully soon.
No, it's okay.
Trying to play as many shows as we can find, too.
Yeah.
I mean, we just had a
Lately, we
request on Friday to play a little house gathering of about 75 to almost 100. No, I'd say 75.
75 to 100 people, give or take.
Yeah, it was a nice little party, and they their cover band dropped out, so they were asking for anybody to come fill in that position that day. So
Yeah.
we got late notice, same day we showed up, and I think we played a killer
Learned
set.
songs.
We got that Amazon shipping. We learned
Interstate Love Song by Stone Temple Pilots right before the show.
5 minutes.
5 minutes before we went on stage, we learned that freaking song.
It wasn't that bad. It was pretty bad, but like
We did pretty good.
For learning it that fast, it was
I had
pretty.
a blast.
We busted out Be Quiet and Drive too, and only played it once together.
No.
Yeah.
Actually, that came out really good. That one was great.
I didn't even really know that song. It's just got the one chord progression. And
Yeah,
the
it's 2
breakdown.
chords the whole song.
Too good, actually, guys.
It actually is.
Oh, but then also, you guys. So where can people listen to the music that you have out right now?
Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, YouTube, anywhere. Just look up
Anywhere, pretty
Floodplane.
much.
They can hear EP.
FloodPlane, one word, a capital F, capital P, and then EP. That's like the best way that it pops up.
You can find all 5 songs we have out now.
Absolutely. Do yourselves a favor. Go ahead and listen to them.
Listen to it.
And then we'll have
Do
more
it.
stuff soon.
You want it.
We'll have more.
You need it. You
more
can't live
songs.
without it.
Single out towards the end of the year, and then hopefully we're working on the album.
Yeah, the full wink
come,
wink.
Come December, we have hours planned to get a full album out. So
Yeah. Trying to get that.
So that'll be coming into next year. Or beginning of next year.
And I'm so excited to see it come out,
Sounds
guys.
great.
Yeah, and you've heard some of our stuff too. It's some pretty catchy stuff.
It really is, dude. So my Mary man.
Oh,
Dude.
that's the song everyone raves about. Yeah.
for some reason, man.
For some reason, dude.
Most emotional song.
Get that on TikTok. Get that a TikTok sound will blow up. I guarantee it. That's what you need.
Dude. Well, no, I love the song that you guys played about the internet dating too.
Yeah,
dude.
My Name.
Dude, My Name, it's so
That's one of
catchy,
my
dude.
favorites.
There's a story we can tell too. Your pedals.
Oh yeah, so at the Battle of the Bands when I played that, my pedals caught on freaking fire.
Dude.
They sparked and shut off, and I looked at Dan and went, "Help me!" And he went, "Ugh." He was just stomping on it, trying to figure it out, and got a sound. I got some kind of
There was
sound.
coming through his amp, and he just starts.
noise.
Were you just whining on the or no? I don't know.
I turned them both on. I was using my wand. I was kind of getting the sound out
Yeah,
of it.
it
And then it
was
sparked when I
real-
was doing the last little bit, and it just shut off. And I was like,
real rough.
"Screw it."
Sounded like TV static.
Yeah.
It was just coming through, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I just kept playing. I'm like,
Oh yeah. Also,
finish the
my
song.
my mistake during My Name. So I started running around the crowd and
oh yeah, this
talking
dude.
to just running around, seeing people because I have the wireless system, and I really wanted to amp up that stage presence for the Battle of the Bands. So I'm walking around. I even went up to the judges and like said hello to them. But on my way back up to the stage,
You
I
almost fell
started
and
walking
died.
backwards, and I just like tripped, stumbled, like almost fell, caught myself, and then the stairs were there, and I just jumped up the stairs
Caught
and
himself.
caught myself.
Saved it.
I was waiting for him to fall too. I was like,
I thought
"Oh
he was
no!"
tumbling down.
Would have ate shit on the way up back to the stage. Would have been awful.
That would have been awful.
Caught myself though. Everything's fine. They got it on
Everything's
video.
fine.
Oh, I know.
Clear as day.
I
Don't
think
worry, guys. You didn't break anything. You didn't
break
break no
anything.
bones.
I know. Unfortunately,
Or your teeth.
I think I caught it too, Dan. Because I remember vividly, dude. I videotaped you, and I saw you look directly into the camera too, bro. And I was like, dude, this is sick. Oh, man. You guys, before we start, ramping off and ending the episode and stuff, I wanted to ask you, do you guys have any advice for anybody that's trying to start their own band or, get their presence and stuff out there, dude?
Just keep on
playing.
That's literally,
That's it, yeah.
That's literally it. Just keep on playing. Never stop.
One thing that helps with us is if you really want to make it with a band, and you really want to go somewhere, especially if you want to tour with a band, how can you stand being with them in small spaces if you don't know if you can hang out with them? Hang out with them, spend time together, play as much as you can, practice.
And if you can't hang, then it's
Stick
like you're not
together.
A band, a band is in terms it's like think of like a rubber band.
It's like a unit. It's a
It's
unit.
like a unit.
We're all together.
yeah.
If it stays together,
Hold
then
stuff
nothing
together.
breaks.
It's a band.
Find people that are going to be there and going to be invested because
That's another thing, yeah.
plenty of people will just show up to rehearsals, not put any effort in because they've got other projects to work on. And that's something that I've struggled with being in so many bands. There's a lot of bands where I show up and I play and I just don't put in full effort. And to be honest with you, it's in those bands' best interest to find a bass player that's able to give them more of my time because I can't offer the amount of time that's needed to get somewhere.
Right.
So
Or
just
even
find people who want to be there and you're able to be friends with on top of being just working with, and then also do something unique, do something different. If you do the same thing everyone else has always done, even doing the things that people have done before, if you're trying to be Nirvana, if you're trying to be Van Halen, right? If you're not gonna, they did it.
They already done
That's
it,
not
yeah.
yours to do.
right, be different.
Just make your own thing.
Be
Just
you.
yourself. Yeah. And express that through your music. That's
Exactly.
how
Like,
it
for
is.
example, we're not Nirvana, we're not Van Halen, we're FloodPlane.
FloodPlane.
Absolutely. Embrace it. Embrace it.
Exactly.
we are.
Stay together. Like, me and Nolan talk about that all the time. Like, how we were from year one compared to, what is it, year 4 now or year 3?
It's going on about year
Four,
4 now.
yeah. There's
This
a big
would be at the
difference.
end.
And don't get me
Year
wrong,
4.
the development of that sound comes with time. Right?
Exactly.
When you first start playing, you might be mimicking Nirvana or whatever, but
Yeah.
But
over
eventually
time-
you'll find your sound. That's all it is.
That's what we.
Just,
That's
you
why
gotta
we
find your
keep saying,
sound.
just keep playing. It doesn't matter if it's like not working out. Maybe just change things. It's always good to change.
Yeah, that's
that
could be
applies
tuning,
to
could be
everyone
genre.
except tributes. If you're a tribute, you should probably try and be like
yeah,
a
that's
band.
the thing. Yeah, you probably sound like
If
the
you're a
band.
Nirvana tribute that's actively trying to not be Nirvana, you're probably not a good Nirvana tribute.
Sounds like Chad Kroger singing Nickelback.
Oh, no.
or Chad Kroger singing Nirvana, not Nickelback.
He's trying to sing himself, just doing
sing
his
it,
own
dude,
songs.
yeah.
Only
it's
applies to
songs.
original bands.
Only applies to originals.
Incredible, though, guys. Incredible. All right, you guys. One more time before we go, though. What is the best way to keep up to date with everything that you guys have going on and to get in touch with you?
Definitely Instagram, Facebook, pretty much any streaming platform.
Go to Facebook at FloodPlaneMusic, all one word, just FloodPlaneMusic.
Music.
That's how you find us on Facebook, and then We said the
Same
EP
thing with
on
Instagram.
YouTube and Instagram. Same thing. FloodPlaneMusic.
All one word. PLANE, like an airplane.
Yeah. Plane like.
Yeah, there's another band on Spotify that's FloodPlane PLAIN. It's like a
if I
rip
find
off,
them,
like boring version of.
Yeah, if I find them in an alley, there's gonna be an issue.
I know. Actually, I ran into that problem when I was trying to like look at your stuff too. I was like, oh, that doesn't look like them, and then I was like, oh,
Plane.
Yeah.
Aeroplane.
Perfect. But you guys, thank you so much for coming out, man. You guys are absolutely
Oh,
right.
thank you.
Oh, we gotta end so
Man.
soon.
I know.
I know.
I'll
It's
just-
already ending.
Hey, dude.
Oh man.
I'd love to have you guys on again. Whenever, dude. You guys are always welcome here, dude.
Yeah, we'd
Definitely.
love to come back. That'd be
Oh,
awesome.
definitely be more of us coming back. It'll probably just be us being goofy goobers on the podcast.
It's okay. We will embrace it, dude. No, it's
We'll embrace it.
Just
What-
de-stressing.
de-stressing, dude. But you guys, do yourselves a favor. Follow FloodPlane on all streaming platforms, on everything. You look forward. Yes. Yes. Do it. But you guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. My name is Danny. This has been FloodPlane, and I will catch you all on the next episode.